So we're gonna enter some AMD calls here off of this breakout. Okay guys, enter here. Guys, we're printing off these AMD calls. We sniped a nice entry off the retest here. Now again, I always tell people, don't enter up here. Wait for a pullback where people tell you, guys, this is it. And once you find that trade setup, this is what you do next. And then you analyze how much you're gonna go in for. You pick the contract, you pick the right size. Let's show you guys this trade. So you guys can see my P&L right here on my monitor setup. I took an AMD trade. You can see it bounces and rejects perfectly. This is on the weekly time frame. And here we are, bouncing on it one more time. You can see this is the breakout candles, and then this candle is the retest. So whether you entered here, good morning my fellow traders, and welcome back to another live trading session. Now guys, market is going wild again. During this Trump administration, Trump is just making the market move like $10 a piece. It's crazy. So look at here, SPY, guys, and this is what I'm watching. So I haven't taken any trades yet. You guys can see here, it's currently 8:30 a.m. So about 6 hours into the market being open.
What?
Somehow I'm down 0.1 cent. I don't even know how. I didn't even take a motherfucking trade. So anyways though, SPY on the hourly time frame, guys, check this out. So this is how I do my technical analysis. This is how I determine where I am at in the market, because guys, you got to know where you're at. You cannot just look at a 5-minute time frame and expect to know everything. You can gather all your information from there. Look at the higher time frames, guys. Look at what this higher time frame is telling you. Every single time SPY hits this general area, it tends to bounce. Now, I'm not saying it's going to bounce today or it's going to bounce again. I'm just saying every single time we hit this general area, it does tend to bounce, as you guys can see. So all I'm doing is gathering all my information and analyzing that. So, okay, I'm realizing we're trying to bounce here. What is the 50-minute time frame telling you? Go down to the 50-minute time frame. 50-minute time frame is telling you we're trying to break this little downtrend here. I can draw a little line, and it's probably going to end up breaking. Look at the volume, guys. Volume is kicking in more greater than any previous volume in the day. I mean, look at this, guys. Like, this is massive. 2.3 million buyers sitting here, and it's more comparable. It's a lot, guys. So just using all the technical analysis information, I can just already gather that SPY potentially might climb back up all the way to the very top, at least to 563 area. And how can I make this very simple analysis? Is because look at this. Look at the hourly time frame. Look at the 30-minute time frame over here, where every time we hit the general area, we tend to bounce. It can potentially bounce here because look at the volume. Volume's kicking in again. Buyers are buying this area one more time. Then you go down to even lower time frames, 50-minute time frame. Buyers are stepping in. Hammer count on the support. It's literally bounced on support, guys. Go to the 5 minutes. What's 5 minutes telling you? Look at, we're right here at this EMAs. Are we going to break above the EMAs? Guys, literally use everything in your favor to find the best trade setup you can find. And once you find that trade setup, this is what you do next. And then you analyze how much you're going to go in for. You pick the contract. You pick the right size. You tell yourself, I'm only going to go in for $300 to $500 depending on your account size. And you tell yourself, I'm willing to lose a specific amount of money. Now, in this case, guys, if I do take SPY calls here at 567-ish area, I will enter in the money calls, and all I will look for is next week expiration so that I can hold them on pullbacks. And again, I'm only going to go in for $300 to $500, willing to risk 10 to 15% to try to gain 30 to 40%. That is how my brain thinks, a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio. And for anybody that doesn't believe me, literally, I drew this out and made a whole video on this explaining risk reward and how you can go in for $300, literally have a stop loss of 10% with a 30% gain. And the risk reward is very nice, guys. You're willing to lose basically with a $300 entry, $30 to gain 90. That's a 1 to 3. It's very simple math. And honestly, I didn't even graduate high school. So it's very funny that I'm the one over here trying to do math and figure out how to structure my portfolio. If I have a $3,000 account, only going for 10% of my portfolio, which is $300, risk only 1% of my portfolio, which is only $30, which means it's a 10% loss of that $300 entry, which means I'm willing to lose only 1% of my account each single trade to gain 3% of my account each single trade. Because if I gain $90 on my account with a $3,000 portfolio, guys, that's 3%. The math is mathing. The math is mathing. So anyways, guys, as you guys can see here, SPY trying to bounce, and we're going to see what we can do with this, guys. If we don't take any trades, then we don't take any trades, because we do got to head out of here in 30 minutes as well. One very interesting stock that I can take calls on that probably looks more ideal is AMD. AMD looks also very strong here, but we will watch the market and see what we take. So anyways, guys, that's my thesis for today. I do think market might potentially bounce here for the rest of the day, and the best stocks to trade look like SPY, AMD, or NVIDIA. So we'll trade one of those. Okay, guys, so enter some AMD calls here off of this breakout. Now I will come back and show you guys the setup later, because on the hourly time frame it looks amazing, 15-minute time frame looks amazing. So we're trying to get these contracts to come down just a little bit, and I'll enter in on next week expirations for, honestly, we should even get the $100. Let's even play it super safe. Let's even get next week's contracts. Okay, guys, enter here. And I'll show you guys the setup when I get home, guys. I do gotta head out of here. I'm already practically pretty late, but we're gonna enter here. And I'll show you guys the setup, like I said, when I get home later on. Okay, so we're back home now. It's 6:40, basically 12 hours after the market opened. Let's show you guys this trade. So you guys can see my P&L right here on my monitor setup. I took an AMD trade for $40 gain. And let's talk about the breakdown real quick, because I did tell you guys I would break it down real fast. So let me delete this real quick. On the weekly time frame, you can see right here, literally every time we hit this area of 101 and $100 area, you can see it bounces and rejects perfectly. This is on the weekly time frame. And here we are, bouncing on it one more time on the weekly time frame. So honestly, this even looks like a good swing, and it might even bounce again tomorrow. So we might even slide back into it tomorrow, and that's on the weekly time frame. And then if you go on the daily time frame, you guys can see here, look how many times we've just been playing around this area, kind of consolidating, and then market's been getting beat up for a couple of days. And so you guys can see on this day here specifically, which is Wednesday, this was the nice breakout. Now the way my brain thinks is like this. So you guys can see last week we did come in here already, try to bounce a little bit, kind of get a little bit of breakout, and then kind of break back inside. And then here we are breaking out here. So check this out. So if I throw on the EMAs, you can see that we're bouncing at this little weekly level. Plus on the hourly time frame, we're above these EMAs. And then on the hourly time frame, still, this is the candle that breaks out. Like, that's super clean. It is super simple setup. All I did was enter on the retest. As you guys saw earlier on the video, I live traded the entry. So you guys saw where I got in, which was literally right here. Perfect retest entry. It doesn't get any better than that. And honestly, it gave you two entries, because look at this. If you missed, so this is the breakout, and all I did was draw. We can even redraw it too. Let me show you guys, because I'm gonna curate this more towards people that want to learn. You can see right here at 99.99 to the T. If you just extend it all the way out, grab this high of this wick right here, you can see this is the breakout candles, and then this candle is the retest. So whether you entered here, which all I did was watch the price action and see this candle is getting strong, nice buyers stepping in. You can even see on the volume, very strong. And then all I did was enter on the next candle. Now don't get me wrong though, this candle does look pretty scary, bearish engulfing, but the only reason why I risked this is because this is literally a break and retest entry. It's as simple as it is. So all I do is just risk it on the trade setups that I take, and this is my trading style, break and retest. So I have to take my trading style. So since this is my trading style of a breakout to the upside, strong volume right at the retest, that's my trading style. So got a nice breakout retest entry, started pushing up, we saw a nice 17% gains, then it started pulling back all the way back down. So it exited us at 10% profits. I didn't want to lose anymore. I thought honestly the market was going to continue on downwards, but you can see this is still a very nice push. And then ultimately ended up actually even coming back to test this 90 EMA and even test this area too as well if I extend it all the way over here. So again, it gives two entries. A matter of fact, it gives three entries. Had I entered here, this is probably even a better entry, or you could even take just another stab at it and try to go for some more gains. So either way, that's the trade recap for today. We're gonna end it here, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's vlog.